Incoming transmission.
Hey everybody, this is Ed with Boosting the Signal, and this week my guest is Synthgirl. Greetings, how are you?
I am good.
So, you say you are a Star Trek fan. Let's start off right from the bat. Usually, the first question I ask everyone is, what is your Star Trek story? What brought you into the Star Trek universe and made you a fan?
So it started out really as a job opportunity. So I got into graphic design and then I hooked up with a guy named Jason who runs a Star Trek app called Starfleet Holodecks. So in order to start working, I had to make like a portfolio of what I can do. So he gave me a challenge, which was build like a basic website, which I
Okay.
did. And I showed off my graphics from my music. He's like, "You're hired," after doing that because I passed his little test. And then I helped a lot with his app, and that's what pulled me into Star Trek. So I started becoming like a co-collaborator on it.
Is this an app that still exists to this day?
Yes, it is called Starfleet Holodecks and Starfleet
Oh,
Holodecks 2.
okay, that's something definitely to check out. I'll have to put that up in the description for people to check out. Now, when you it became a job opportunity, you said that led you into Star Trek. So when
Hmm
you started designing for this with no previous Star Trek knowledge, how did that
He
fare?
helped
Like,
me out a lot, and then I did my own internet research.
okay,
Mhm.
what Star Trek did you end up gravitating towards?
I kind of did it bits and pieces of everything, like Next Gen, TOS, Kelvin. But what really hooked me in was Enterprise,
Oh, okay.
Jonathan Archer's story.
Okay. No, not many. I was gonna say that's interesting. I don't get too many people I talk to that start off with Kelvin Universe and then Enterprise, but I can see how they correlate. Especially if it's not something that you grew up watching. That's interesting. What would you say is your favorite iteration? I mean, if probably Enterprise based upon what you said, but what would you say is your favorite iteration of Star Trek?
I mean, the first ones that ever pulled me in was the Kelvin timeline and Into Darkness. I mean, I have multiples of that movie anyway, like so many DVDs of that.
That's an interesting choice. I know there is another podcast that I follow is doing a first time watch of Into Darkness recently, and I remember wishing her
We
luck.
did
It's
that
not.
once on Starfleet Holodecks. We had like a big watch party for our users,
Oh yeah,
like a
yeah.
first time watch for anyone.
I was gonna say, longtime viewers of the podcast know that is definitely not one of my favorite films. But ironically, I do own multiple copies of it as well as I look up at them. But it was one of those things people kept gifting it to me at Christmas and holidays,
For
and
me, it was either I bought it on discount, they were on sale, or I found it at stores being like almost like cleared out. I even found the steelbook for cheap on eBay. So
I don't have the steelbook. I do have the IMAX version. That's the one that
I
I.
have Blu-ray, the Ultraviolet HD, the Steelbook, which is Blu-ray HD, and I have the regular version.
Okay. Oh, I guess I do have 4K. I do have the 4K. I forgot about that. Man. Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things. It's kind of like Star Trek Five. I own it a lot, but I don't watch it. Um,
The
um.
one I don't watch but I own just to fill a piece in the collection is Voyage Home.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You not a
It's
fan of
technically
Voyage Home?
it's my boyfriend's DVD, but I'm holding
No.
on to it so it doesn't get damaged.
Okay. Yeah, I was
Mhm.
gonna say that's usually genuinely considered a really favorite, a big
I
favorite.
actually have a ring inspired by that. I don't know where it is at the moment, but it's one of the whales.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Georgie or Gracie, one of them.
I would rather do Gracie because if my boyfriend gets the other one, which is Georgie, we would have matching promise rings.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's actually a really good, I don't know if you're a tattoo person, but a good matching tattoo idea for anybody that's
I
ever
mean,
looking.
a tattoo that I was gonna get because it's a heartfelt story, it would be of my cat because I lost her like 2 years ago. She died, and I made a promise to myself I would get a little tattoo or something of her or her paw
Oh,
on like my wrist or something.
I will say this. It's a great idea. A friend of mine former guest of the show, also did something dog related with a paw, pet related with a paw for his pet. But I seen a video yesterday, really weirdly yesterday, about how they age, like fingerprints, paw prints, cat prints, whatever. As you age, they blur into one big blob and kind of stretch out. So keep that in mind. It's a great
I
idea.
would I would say first off, tips for that, look up the artist you're going to get it from, look at your reviews, and always provide a high quality picture from what I've seen online. But there are also temporary tattoo kits you can get. Like it's temporary ink. It only lasts for 2 weeks and then it like washes off. So
Oh,
you can like
henna,
redo it.
like a henna tattoo.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
Mhm.
Yeah, but so so tell me now, you started off doing the website design and stuff like that, and I brought you into Star
Mhm.
Trek. Is this something you still do?
Of course I do. I still do graphics on the side, not big websites due to my stress levels, but my graphics and stuff that you see in my music, I did all of that.
Okay. And people can
Mhm.
find your stuff
SoundCloud.
on just oh okay, on SoundCloud. Okay. Do you have a like can
It is in my Instagram link, so you would have to like copy that.
oh, okay. Okay.
It's
Yeah, I
in
was
my
gonna
bio.
say people make sure they could find you on socials and stuff, which everything will be below, check it out.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, that's awesome. And what brought your attention to boosting the signal?
Well, I saw your page in the recommended, and I was trying to find more podcasts I could hook up with because I follow Captain's Quadrant, and yours came up in their suggestion.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we know Joe pretty well and
I was
Jason.
just on a show some time ago.
Oh,
So,
were you?
yeah, audio version. However, they said they will find a way to put it up.
Yeah, well, it usually comes down to whether or not he can get Jace to do the video graphics. So,
Yeah.
I'll be on the lookout for that. Yeah, they're good guys over there. And but yeah, always happy to have new viewers. There's plenty of boosting the signal episodes out there to check out. Um, so on and so forth. But so are you looking forward to like are you watching any of the Star Trek series that are on like Paramount and such like that? Are you keeping
I
up with
use
that?
Pluto, which is free, so they cycle through a lot of the old ones, and now Enterprise was just added to their lineup, so they cycle them throughout the week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with Enterprise. How many times have you watched Enterprise then?
A lot of times, that's what inspired my lore. I have also the physical book for Shockwave.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
That is an excellent story. The I have to say, if I picked one favorite Enterprise story, I always liked E2. I liked it when there was the other Enterprise that had traveled back, and then it was became a generational ship, and found out that they were trying to still stop the Xendi. I always liked that story. It reminded me a lot of if you ever watched DS9, it reminded me of Children of Time.
Oh my God. Speaking of DS9, I had seen the Section 31 trailer. I mean, it's good, but when you go to the comments, so many people were defending DS9 and Luther Sloan. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Section 31 movie is
Garbage.
yeah, it's another one of those I own it, but I don't really know why. I think I even bought the steel book just because. But yeah, and Luther Sloan, I like Luther Sloan. If if you continue to follow like on the My Figure Universe page, I use Luther Sloan quite a bit for questionings. Like anytime I have a question or a poll or something like that for people in the audience, I make sure that I use Section 31, some sort of, homage to them.
Oh
And
my
you
God.
can't really go wrong with, the actor that played him. Everything he's ever been in is really good.
I loved his other role from Roswell. He was Sheriff Valenti.
I never watched Roswell. I can't say that that's a show I
I
know.
have all three seasons on DVD.
Oh, yeah, see, that's unfortunately a show that escaped me. Um,
One of
but
the
then,
episodes was actually co-directed by the guy who played Riker from
oh, okay, Jonathan
TNG.
Frakes.
Yeah, he actually co-directed and produced one of the Roswell episodes.
Huh. Yeah, Frakes is pretty well known for directing. I didn't know he'd ever co-directed anything, but he
He helped to write it, is what
oh,
happened, and then he ended up directing it.
that's interesting. It's one of those shows I'll have to check out eventually, but I know that, I mean, I get enough crap for not watching Game of Thrones. I don't
Oh
want to
my God, I
yeah.
never got into that.
I've never seen one episode. I saw the end because I thought,
Oh my
well, let's
God.
find out how it ends. And then people say, have you ever seen it? I can say, yeah, I saw that. But yeah, I've never seen that. I've never seen The Boys. Um, there's a long list of science fiction shows that I have not seen that a lot of people obsess over.
I might actually pop my camera on because I do actually have my Enterprise posters behind me.
Okay.
Yeah. Three, two. Hey.
Hello. Okay. Oh, okay. So I see it.
Yep. They're actually right there.
That's very cool. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't unfortunately I don't have any posters hanging up. A lot of my posters have gotten framed over the years and then I've run out of space to hang things. So I can always appreciate when someone takes the time and the care to hang something on their wall that they truly appreciate.
And this is my Archer suit.
I like it. I dig it. That's good.
Hmm.
Now, so all right, so we all know the rumors are out there about the possibility that Archer could return in a new
So I had
series.
gotten a confirmation from ChatGPT. I had it actually look it up. The show has been pitched, however, it has not been greenlit yet. He has
Yeah.
pitched it. It had reached pitch status on IMDb.
Yeah, I don't really see it ever happening. I think the powers that be currently are not going to let anything like that happen. They already had a show and they threw it away. But unfortunately, I think we're coming into a dark territory of no Star Trek for a while. Just like the
I mean,
70s.
that happened before 2000 Star Trek 2009 came out and brought people back.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And I kind of I don't really think of that one. I mean, yeah, that was 2002 to 2009. That was a good period. I still look back on the 70s as a darker period of, you know, once Enterprise or the original series ended, it was a long time before, it was 10 years, almost 10 years before
Oh
the
my
motion
God.
picture. But um, but it does allow for fan fiction, books, novelizations, whatever
I mean,
else.
I got my music, so.
And there you go. Yeah, as long as everyone finds something to connect to and to, keep the lore alive and keep Star Trek alive in their own way, then that's what we got. And that's why we have me and the other 75,000 Star Trek podcasts, because we are out there just to keep talking about it
Hmm.
over and over again. Um, Now, when you focus on that, have you ever watched Next Generation or Voyager, DSI?
I've seen them because they are in the Pluto rotation, so I've seen like episodes here and there. They don't go in order. They go like random ones.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I like to do Pluto roulette. I like to call it where like I'm in the mood for Star Trek. Let's turn on Pluto. Let's see where we go, and whatever's on, that's what I'm going to
they
watch.
also
That.
just added my other favorite show, Sherlock, the 2010 version with Benedict.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Again, another show I've never seen.
Oh my God, what is wrong with you?
Too much going on and too little time.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
Usually it's I kind of acquiesce to whatever my wife wants to watch. So she controls the remote in that regard.
Oh boy.
But uh but no, it's fine. It works out really well. I learned a lot about cooking shows. Um and then but I'm all about the knowledge. Now as for Star Trek films and stuff, did you ever break down and watch those in order or did you just stick with the Kelvin and then jump
I've
from there?
watched all the Kelvin. I believe I now have season one of Enterprise, so it's got the telefilm Broken Bow put into it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have season one of Enterprise on Blu-ray. My niece got that for me for Christmas one year, and I remember thinking it was a really great gift, but then a terrible gift at the same time because now I have to buy season two, three, and four separately instead of getting them all in one
I
box.
have all of them because a seller on eBay sold all of them together in their collector cases, the
Oh,
plastic
that's
cases. So I have season one, two, three, and four together.
See, that's the way to go. That's the way to do it. A buddy of mine, he thought he was being nice for my birthday. He last week he picked up Voyager season two and six for me, and I thought, man, what are you doing to me, man? I two and six. He's like, you skipped one. It's like, but I
Oh my
thought,
God.
huh?
I'm just like, oh my God, just hearing your story.
Yeah, it's yeah. So, what's your favorite Star Trek gift that you've ever been given?
I think one Christmas I had wanted the badges from Next Gen and DS9, and I got both. However, they're lost somewhere because I've been organizing and they probably fell into a box or something. So,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm I'm sorry to hear that. Now, how about your artwork? You speak about your artwork. Is there anything you can share of your artwork and show off to everybody?
Most of it is digital on my phone, so that I would have to like send a file. It's on one of my other devices. I have like two different ones that I use to figure out where that just went over here.
Okay. Well, you know
Yeah,
what you
I
could
do
do
a
if you have anything that you want to share, you could send it after we're done recording. I could have it up on the screen and we can, for people to
yeah,
see
let me
and
actually see what I can bring up. I've got something. So this is from Nexus Empress. I created that.
okay. That's
hmm
very cool.
hmm Doing the text and everything does take a while, backgrounds and everything. Most of the time, I do use a generator, and then I use a photo editor to start adding all my stuff to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I have the one for Pegasus as well.
Well, that's cool. Very nice.
Yep. Yeah, I do
And
all of that.
huh?
I do all of that.
Very nice. And then your music, you said it's on SoundCloud. I honestly, until you said SoundCloud, I had forgotten that SoundCloud had existed. I used to use it primarily for podcasts back in the day, and I
They
hadn't been
just
on
now
there.
opened up distribution. So once I put in a special tax form, I can start moving on to the other platforms and get paid for the plays.
That's cool.
hmm
I didn't even know that was an option. I
They
so,
unlocked it in the last update.
huh, it's something
Yep.
new to learn. Yeah, I'll definitely I want everybody to check that out. It'll be something really cool to check out and get to know. You've got me wanting to watch Enterprise again too. This is the perfect time to do it. Honestly, this is the 25th anniversary for Star Trek Enterprise. This is a really
And it
good
is Star
year.
Trek 60, and rumors are going around about Archer's return, possibly.
Fingers crossed. You never know. You really never know.
Because I saw a convention lineup, I think, for one convention in another state. They are bringing back the actors for Admiral Marcus and Admiral Pike from the Kelvin films.
Oh,
They
okay.
haven't been seen in years, those two together.
Yeah, Pike in the Kelvin films, that was Bruce Greenwood. It's always good to see him doing podcast or conventions and stuff.
I also
I
have
know.
the patch on my arm for Enterprise.
Sweet.
hmm
Now, is this a uniform that you purchased, made?
On eBay, it is custom tailored.
Sweet. I like that. That's really cool.
hmm
It's not something I never looked into getting a uniform. I had a Kirk
There's
uniform
a
when I was a
bunch of good
kid.
sellers from like China and stuff who will customize it to what
Oh,
you
okay.
want.
Well,
hmm
that is pretty cool. I'll have to look into that for sure.
it
Um,
can vary from like 100 to almost $200. So you better have a budget in mind when you're looking around.
okay.
especially
something
custom sizing, which is an extra $30.
it's definitely something to keep in mind for sure. I
Hmm.
Do you have anything you're looking forward to in the next year?
Um, I'll see what's going around with Star Trek and stuff.
Aside from Star Trek, is there any other sci-fi shows that you're interested in?
Other things that I do watch is Roswell and the 80s Quantum Leap.
Oh yeah, well, that's a great show. Are you
Hmm.
watching it on streaming or are you watching it physical
I have the
media?
DVDs,
Sweet,
so I
that's
can
the way to
play them.
go. That's the way to go. There's too many edits in the streaming versions,
Hmm. I'm
but
like, please stop trashing the 80s Quantum Leap, people, just because the reboot came out. Stop trashing it,
I
please.
like the reboot. I thought the reboot was really good.
Excuse
I thought
me?
no, I thought the reboot was good. I liked it.
Oh
I
my God.
But see, I didn't look at it as a reboot. I looked at it as a continuation. You know, he doesn't
There
return
was a
back.
rumor Scott was going to do a cameo on it, but I think once he saw the script and stuff, he backed down.
I know that I didn't hear about that. I knew that Dean Stockwell had planned to do something, but he died, and they had to pivot on
There
that.
were a lot of tributes to him in the film. There was a character named Janice, who was technically his character's daughter, who
Yeah,
mentioned him a lot. They did a lot of like throwbacks to him.
yeah, yeah. It
Hmm.
was good. I liked it. I enjoyed the on social media. I mean, when the show was on, I was still on the Evil Bird app, and the they were really open to talking with the public, and even on Instagram they were really good about you know transparency and talking about what was going on and filming and
The old
um
show always touched my heart because it's nostalgia, really. It
well,
teaches people to be kind to others and stuff.
yeah, and yeah, you can't go wrong with good quality writing. I think that's definitely part of it. I'm ahead of me. I'm looking over at my Quantum Leap right now and I'm thinking, man, maybe I need to start watching that again. But
The old series is just nostalgia. A
it
lot of
is.
my generation is really looking back at old stuff. It's kind of a trend with Gen Z that we want the old stuff back because there's too many edits and new stuff, too many edits and streaming. We want physical media back.
I am a physical media proponent. I am strongly in
And there's
support
too
of.
much pirating, really, with digital stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, and then not only that, but like, here's my thing too. This is on topic and off topic. I recently had seen a Mandela effect video where someone had posted a scene from Forrest Gump, and they said that wasn't how they remembered it. And they're like, well, how do you remember it? And I said out loud, I said, I remember that scene, and I said what it was. And then they showed it, and it wasn't what I remembered. And I thought, how is this possible? So now I find myself trying to track down the old VHS because I figured that's the way to go. You can't change the old VHSs and then put them, out there. And it's like I need to find out, am I crazy? Like did I completely remember something wrong? And I asked a friend of mine, I told him the same scene. I said, "What do you remember?" And he rattled off the same thing that I did. And I said, yeah, go home and check your DVD. And he checked his DVD and it was not what he thought either. So we both are in that mindset, like I don't really I don't know. It's like so I'm like, did they edit the digitals? Did they edit the streaming? Are they changing our perception of it? But Quantum Leap is a good example as well. There are things that are questionable within Quantum Leap in the context of wording that's used that is not considered acceptable in today's day and age. But the thing is, it is an accurate representation of the times that they are portraying. And
Hmm.
when you watch them on the streaming and they edit out the things that are said, it makes you think, okay, it takes away from the gravitas of what was being said, at least in my opinion.
I mean, the
So,
old series touched into a lot of different topics that we're still facing now, which is like racism, segregation, discrimination against people. Sam
yeah,
went through all of that and he came out stronger, teaching
yeah.
people how to be kind, don't like make fun of others, help others, be respectful.
no argument from me whatsoever. I grew up in the 80s watching the show as it was aired, and it's something that has stuck with me and it resonates with me, and I think made me who I am. At least and I know it's an odd statement to say that television shows can change your way of being, but if something can educate you like Sesame Street, why not Quantum Leap? And or Star Trek. Star Trek is the same way. It's been since the 1960s. I see people all the time complain using the word woke and saying Star Trek is woke. I believe if woke is a thing, then Star Trek has always been that. So
Oh my God.
I don't know what do you mean.
I mean, it also depends on which series you're watching too. Like the more modern stuff or the older stuff. Really depends what your taste is.
Well, I think it always has been. I mean, in some way, you look at the original series itself always taught, you know, maybe not every episode, but compassion and understanding.
Yeah, and Enterprise kind of touched into the era at the time because if you notice at that time, that was when NASA was still going big. I also found out NASA helped to produce Enterprise. A lot of the astronauts actually helped to make the show, and the
Yeah,
crew
there
from
there are a
Enterprise
lot of naval
spoke
people on there as well.
for NASA. Scott Bakula, who played Jonathan Archer, did a lot of outreach programs for NASA at the time. He even created the education film Everyone's Space, which I actually own.
I know that there are commercials out there where like I've seen them in passing and people have asked to try and find them, because he would do promos during Enterprise and they would air then, but they were
He
never
also
added.
spoke during the Columbia disaster. He did a short little film for NASA.
Oh, really? And I see I've never seen that.
Yeah, there are clips around of him, giving his respects to the fallen astronauts and tell people to, don't give up hope and that you could still reach the stars. He
It'd
was
be
in
nice if
character the whole time, too.
I see it would be nice if something like that was available for everyone to view.
It's on YouTube, but they're hard to find. I think you have to look up Star Trek Enterprise, Archer, like Columbia disaster, all those keywords, and I think the
Yeah.
AI should be able to find them.
I'll make sure I scope that out. That's definitely something to
The other
look
thing is
for.
Scott Bakula's Everyone's Space. It was the education video he did during the era of Enterprise. He actually calls back to the show a lot in that.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'll definitely look for that. I appreciate the information.
Hmm.
I but well, our time is getting close. Um, I do want to give you a chance though, one more time to tell everybody where they can find you, to look for you, anything you would like to say. The floor is
I'm
yours.
on I'm on SoundCloud. My Instagram followers how we have kicked up over 600, but can we get to 620? I am trying to go from goal to goal with the followers. My goal really is to get to 1,000 by the end of 2026, but it's really up to you guys to see if we can kick that up higher. My SoundCloud has not even reached 50 followers yet, and we're trying to get there
Well, that's the whole point of this
because that'll
podcast
tell
is to
the
help.
algorithm that I am willing to make music and for you guys to hear it. My top song right now is To Boldly Go Again at 7.4. Can we kick that up to 7.5 thousand plays?
Well, hopefully we can help boost your signal a little bit and get you up there.
Mm-hmm. And my songs are always all about spreading positivity, love, and just being yourself.
That's great. I can appreciate that. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate your time and coming on here and talking about Star Trek with us and everything else. It's a wonderful addition to the 25th anniversary celebration for Enterprise and everything else. I can
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that. You've inspired me to want to go back and check out Quantum Leap and Enterprise, and I definitely
It
thank you
really
for
also
that.
will help. It will help also to cheer on Scott to get his show out there. Spread
Oh
the word
yeah.
about him
I would love for that to happen, and then we can go back and we can re-air
because
this
the
and
show
say
is. I found it out. It will go around the era of President Jonathan Archer.
that would be good. That would be great.
It would finally fill in those gaps.
That would be a fun one. Well, I
Hmm.
appreciate your time. I really do, and I will. I will have you stick around for a couple of seconds here after we stop recording, and
I mean, my
we'll talk.
camera's on, so even if you put it on YouTube, I'm right here.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, thank you so much. Live long and prosper, and everybody go boost that signal.